Hi, this is Jim Lenahan, and you're looking at my personal Ziggy Boost. As everyone knows, I'm a big fan of David Bowie and his lead guitar player for many years, Mick Ronson. Mick, being an old school British guitar player, most of the time used a Gibson Les Paul Custom. It was not a 58 as they said, it was more like a 68. And I've seen and read and heard stories about certain guitar players, Mick being one of them, using a wah-wah pedal that was cocked in a certain position to make a vowel-like sound, kind of as a crude treble booster type of thing. But there's a couple things that are wrong with that picture. One is Vox made a treble booster that was similar to the Dallas treble booster, but the design on the inside was different and it sounded better to me. The other thing is Mick Ronson only ever played through Marshall 200-watt heads. And that sounds like a strong statement, but I could back that up. He's only ever used the 200-watt ones. And no matter which 200-watt Marshall head, either the 3-knob one or the later one that looked more like a regular Marshall head, the preamp inside those amps is totally different than a regular Marshall. It is not the same as a regular Marshall. Even the one that looks just like a regular 100-watt or a regular 50-watt, the preamp inside the regular looking 200-watt head is totally different. It's more like a Fender front end. It's meant to stay cleaner. It has a feedback loop that injects negative feedback way earlier in the circuit to try to keep it clean. And so using a booster in front of one of those, or a fuzz tone in front of one of those, sounds a bit different. It sounds more like a high watt does, or an orange does with a booster in front of it, because the front ends are much different. So anyway, I've got this head here, Marshall type head, with a volume about halfway up with a dual master volume, so it'll get some distortion. But I want to show you what the Ziggy Boost does to it. So here's some regular natural amp distortion. You know, good for some stuff, but not really for what I wanted to show you. To get more of a vowel-like sound and more of a weird, kind of a glam rock distortion that makes like a statement, you can turn one of these on, and they make a little bit of a hiss, but it's more of a so it makes it, on this amp, which is a normal style Marshall, it doesn't have the optimal front end to make the vowel sounds, but I think you can hear the rounding off of some of the top end and everything. It's not real good for turning up and down. I'll show you how it cleans up. It really thins it out when it cleans up. But it's all about wide open distortion and getting your amp to sound more distorted. It will clean up, you know. That's really what it's about. So this is just for reference. I do build a few now and then. Have a good one.